And they went and they bought a house. They opened a shul like, boom, right, real quick. These guys have money. And they brought in workers. They bought it like on Tuesday. By Shabbos, the place looked like a shul. They tore out all the walls, had people working there through the night, different shifts. If you want to do it, you could do it. When they built all the stuff real quickly, beautiful. They said the new Aron Kodesh is coming and this and that. Hush. In fact, he sent me video of the new night kollel they started. A night kollel, but not at night. It's a little shtick. A night kollel when?
After Shabbos.
No, night kollel. You know what the word night means? After sunrise. It's not night. Before sunrise. Close. Very good. It starts at 4:30 in the morning. Night. Big stick. Night kollel. So, because these guys they work in Chveis, I don't know, in the city or whatever, so he sent me a video, 60 guys learning at 4:30. It's with where they have the day stamp thing on it, or whatever it is. Time stamp, yeah. So he's time stamped it. 4:37. It's like, wow. And they're learning, they're screaming, they're learning that. Whoa. Sounds amazing, no? All this as a break-off minion. Because we're angry with the rough. The shul they had didn't have no 4:30 kollel. Oh, by the way, every guy in the kollel does not get paid. They pay. Little twist on the kollel. Instead of, if you want to be in the kollel, you have to pay to be in the kollel and get up at 4:30. And if you're late, you're kicked out of the kollel. That's it. We don't want you anymore. Get out of our kollel. We don't take your money anymore. How do you like that? No, you like that? Unbelievable. It's like, whoa! And 60 guys there paying, he told me, paying good money. Now, I'm not going to say to him, what are you going to do with the money? Because you know why? He already told me. They're taking it and they are supporting another kollel. So that way, they have 2 kollels that they get and they're learning, and up at 4:30 in the morning. It's just like, wow. It's pretty amazing. But Lamaisa, how did it start? Because they're kvetching about the Rav. We don't like him anymore. That's it. And he's not a bad guy. I met him. He's really not a bad person at all. And he's a Talmud Chacham, but this went on in so many places, in Prague, and you name it, all the Shtetlach and all the cities, and from place to place, and shul after shul. That's the joke. If you would be, guy would get stranded on an island from guy, and he's on this island by himself. There's nothing, no one. And finally, after a number of years, a boat sees him, and they come and they get to the island, and they meet this guy, and they go, "Oh," and he goes, "Oh, I've been saved." And they say to him, "Wow, have you been living here?" And they see this guy's got like a whole city that he built himself alone on this island, made out of bamboo things or whatever it is. But like, he goes, "That's my infirmary, and that's my this, and that's my that," and he goes, for only one guy, he goes, "Yeah, what should I do? I want to feel like I'm living in a normalcy." So he takes them through the town. And he goes, "That's my mikvah, and that's my shul," and they go, "Oh, wow, you built a shul." He goes, "Yeah." And they go, "So 1 second. So what's that shul?" He goes, "That's the shul I don't daven in." You have to have a shul that you don't daven in. So built 2 shuls. Yeah. So, of course, because you got to complain. "I don't daven there. I don't go." For sure not. So, gentlemen, I hate to say it, it's a normal thing. I'm not going to say it's a good thing. It's a normal thing to a lot of other things in life that are not good, but it's a normal thing. It's expected almost. So tell me, do you think that happened always? Like, look, let's go back a little bit in time. Moshe Rabbeinu, huh? The Erev Rav. How about the Erev Rav? How about his own cousin? Kairach. And you think it was a couple people? 250 were like choshev people. It was like you had 250 choshev rabbanim on your side. They weren't the Erev Rav. They weren't the Hamoinam. They weren't the little, cockers around. They were the mamish, the cheshuvim. 250 cheshuvim. So it was like, woo! You had a major chevra of choshev people on your side, and of course, then you've got plenty of Erev Rav. And it caused big fights and lots of deaths. So you had it by Moshe Rabbeinu repeatedly. As soon as they left Mitzrayim, you didn't give us food, we're hungry, we're thirsty. Always fetching, for sure. But where does it even go back to? Huh? The beginning of time. Adam does something wrong. He eats from the Eitz Hadas. And who does he blame? He blames, he says, you gave me this woman. Hey, you're God, you're Rav. Look what you caused. He asked for it. He didn't ask for it. Yeah, but he didn't ask for it. He didn't say, hey, give me a... He probably asked for like a very fancy lion or whatever. I don't know. He didn't say, I want to say, you know what Chava was? I mean, in fact, the first, there were two Chavas, by the way. You heard of thing 1, thing 2? Yeah. Yeah. Some guys have mother-in-law 1 and mother-in-law 2. Don't ask how that's possible. It's possible. No, it is. It's a double pasha. That mamish is possible. She's like, she's got, step-parent, and you got a whole bunch of mother-in-laws there all after you, Yeah. And it could get even worse, whatever. Like a whole yuvamus of mother-in-laws, You guys don't know what that means, but whatever. Gentlemen, look, even already, Adam Arishan kvetched and said, Hashem, believe me, if there would have been people there, he would have gone and kvetched to them. Hashem, Hashem. And that's what happens. We don't do that, we all do that. We kvetch and we say, Hashem got me this. Look at this. Where was he when this happened? We're all kvetching to each other about Hashem. So, it's a normal thing. Is it a good thing? No. Did it get, what happened? It got Adam, you're out. Kicked out of Gan Eden. What happened to the people with Kairach? Not exactly. Not exactly. They didn't die. That's the problem. Yeah, there's a Gemara brings down that they didn't die. It seems like they didn't die. They're stuck. It's like being slowly cooked over a rotisserie fire, something like that. They're like hanging, suspended. The ground opened up, and it's just like, whoa, and there's like, you ask a question how God can make a miracle and then people can live from it? Yeah. I know people have had cancer and they're still living and God makes a miracle all the time. So I'm not asking kashas on, how did that one happen? I mean, I just could ask that how are you alive? How are we alive every day? It's a miracle too. How's a baby born? It's like, how? You want to know the mechanics of it? Shem, that's the mechanics. So gentlemen, it doesn't, I know we can kvetch all we want. It doesn't pay. Because in the end of the day, all the kvetcherai, if you look through the Torah, one mice after the next, all the kvetching, all the complaining, it doesn't do well for us. What's our job? Already from the beginning of time, what do you see?
Do Hashem's mitzvahs.
Not just do Hashem's mitzvahs. Accept things, be makabel them, go along with them. Don't kvetch about them. When it's the right thing, it will happen. When it's not, it won't. Doesn't pay to kvetch about life. Doesn't pay to kvetch about your own life. Doesn't pay to kvetch about your wife, your kids' rebbes. Doesn't pay. It's not going to do anybody, for sure not you, it's not going to do any of us good in life. All the kvetching, you look at the Torah, one story after the next, of the kvetching, just leads to horrible things. In fact, I was thinking also that each time that the Jews fought with each other about, kvetching, about this kind of stuff, complaining, that's when they lost the Beis HaMikdash. That's when they lost the Mishkan. That's when they... You want to get close. You want to get things... Why do you need a Mishkan? What's the purpose of a Mishkan? What's the purpose of a Beis HaMikdash?
We could be closer to Hashem.
Yeah, to get close to Hashem, bringing a karban, karev. We get close to Hashem, karav, close to Hashem through bringing offerings. Now, through giving, by the way, right? Through giving. We give, we get close to that. We give to Hashem, we get close to Hashem. We give to somebody else, we get close to that person. You give somebody a gift, you're closer to that person. That's the way it is. B'chlal, that's the way the Bria is set up. People think, you take. No. If you want to get close and you want to build up a relationship, you give. So now, if you want to get close to Hashem, you give to Hashem. But Hashem says, 1 second, you want to get close to me? But you're fighting and complaining about each other? You're complaining about the people, the Rabbonim, you're complaining about the leaders? You want to complain about that? Hashem says, you're not getting close to me then. So I just take that away. Huh? Yeah, so then you don't need my Mishkan to get close to me since you're going in, you don't want to go in that direction. You don't need a Beis HaMikdash because you're not going in that direction. So you want to be like the rest of the world, just fights and okay, so good, you don't need it. If we want to get close to Hashem, we got to get close to our Chaverim, our Rebbes, our teachers. That's why you get, and then Hashem says, you get close to them. Okay, you can get close to me. If not, no. I know it sounds like, you want to be antisocial, so fine, I'll push you away. That's right. You get thrown out of yeshiva. That's kind of like what it sounds like. We'll throw you out of the Mishkan, throw you out of the Beis HaMikdash, pull it away. That's it. No more Beis HaMikdash. But gentlemen, that's really what it is. Got to get along. Hashem says, you want to get close to me, got to get along with each other, your leaders, your teachers. The more you have respect for them, Hashem says, I will give you what? Gifts. Sometimes we don't appreciate it, we don't understand the gifts. Hashem says, but I'll give you gifts. All of a sudden you go, whoa, I didn't realize I have this amazing thought or memory, or I have this idea that I could be super, successful with something. Hashem says, you thought of that brilliance on your own? Not exactly. Hashem downloaded it through the Shemayim internet or whatever it is, and he,
Shemayim cloud.
Yeah, the cloud. That's right, Shkayach. He downloads some information to you, and you go, "Hey, I could do that." And all of a sudden, you're super successful. Where'd it come from? Hashem. That's right. Shemayim.com. Hashem sent you a message, but that's only if Hashem says, I'm not going to give you something to use against other people. I'm going to give it to you if you're going to use it to help others and give others and have respect for others. Hashem says, then I'll download some great ideas, some tremendous stuff, and help for you. Without that, forget it. Why should I give it to you? You could see people that doctors or lawyers or all kinds of amazing professionals. They went to school to be able to make lots of money, and you know what they end up doing? Nothing. I can tell you so many lawyers who are so smart, and they are losing their homes. Right now, as we speak, they are losing their homes. The banks can't take it away yet because they're stuck in the middle of COVID, but they're behind on so many payments that they're like in so much debt. Now, they're so smart. They can't figure out ways to make money, and I even tell them ideas. I've spoken to a number of these people. I've told them ideas. One guy who's a doctor, and he's got all kinds of, and I said to him, well, I got this idea about this clinic idea, and he could be doing so much money. And the guy's going, oh, please, no, enough. I'm like, hello. I just was on the plane with a guy, and he owns 20 COVID clinics. They are specifically for COVID. 20 COVID clinics. He just, he's a doctor. He used to have different clinics, but now he opened up 20 COVID clinics. I told this guy, I said, hey, you could open up COVID clinic. I told him the idea, and he goes, no, I don't want, no. I'm like, hello, you want to have no money? You're kvetching me how you literally have nothing. You have minus. So he goes, enough, don't talk to me anymore. Don't talk to me. A lawyer, same thing. Because of all this stuff with the COVID created, that now you can't, tenants, and you can't throw people out if they don't pay, can't collect, people are losing tons and tons of money in real estate, and it's really nuts what's going on. And I spoke to another guy, a lawyer, who's got a couple of buddies, and they're all in. I gave him some idea. And because I'm the outsider, he goes, listen, you don't know the first thing about real estate. So I go, okay, first, whether I do or not. I said, think of the idea, use the idea. I see other people are making money with this idea. He goes, you don't know. I said, okay, so you want to hear from somebody who knows? I'll give you this number. Go call him. He goes, no, not interested. Meantime, him and his buddies are all losing their homes. So he says to me, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Meantime, what am I thinking in my mind? I mean, who am I to decide why things happen to people? But I just know one thing. He was in a shul, and they opened up a breakaway shul. We're not davening in that shul. I was like, oh my gosh, in the middle of COVID. He goes, and it wasn't because of sickness. He goes, we're done with this. We're done with them. Everybody got into fights over this, over the whole last couple months. And he goes, we open up our own minyan. And I'm like thinking, well, the best thing would be to get along with everybody. He goes, okay, that's what you say. He goes, we found that we daven better. Okay, Rabbi say, got to get along, got to have chashivos for other people, for other people's things. If you want to get close to Hashem, it's only through having shaykhs to other people, through your rebbes, through your teachers, through other people who can give you advice, help you, direct you, instead of, I'll do this on my own. I'm fine. Maybe that's where the help will come from. Probably from outside yourself. So if you connect with somebody else, Hashem will send them the message to give to you, but you don't want to listen to it. All right, let's think positive. Let's have a great day.